Good morning and welcome to the Sunday special. Dr. Lamba explains Sikhism. Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, the first Guru of the Sikhs, was living in an era which was marked by sectarianism, rigid social structure. Not that much has changed, but the new ideas are coming. And I'm impressed by the discussions of the interfaith relationships, values, and so on. And this discussion, this exchange of ideas, was something unthinkable at that time. It was either my way or your way. There can be no meeting point, no intersection between our thought and your thought, what my teaching is, or what my religion says, is absolutely right. Not that those ideas don't exist today, they are even today. And that's why we see that fundamentalism, whether in Sikhism or in Islam or in Hinduism or in Christianity, is always there, but now that is only in the marginal groups. The pioneer of discussions, the pioneer of interfaith dialogues was Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, usually termed apostle of peace, unity and love. And his concept, Aval Allah Noor Paya Kudrat ke sab bande, that first there was only light and all the human beings are children of the same God. So the universal message of equality, mutual respect, well-being of the whole of the mankind, and that is incorporated in the Sikh prayer. The last line of Sikh prayer is Sarbat ka bhala, the well-being of the whole mankind without any distinction, without any discrimination. But Nanak Dev was not only a product of his time, he was heterodox. He was much ahead of his time, and that's why people at some time could not understand his message. But what he did was something absolutely fantastic, and in that age, he talked of interfaith dialogue. We are aware of the Plato's conversations and the dialogues and the Socratic dialogues, but they were from the master to the student. Here they were from one thought to another thought. And he was in a constant, continuous, unbroken dialogue with the people of other faiths throughout his lifetime. The finest example of that such a dialogue is Siddha Goshti. Goshti is discussion. It's an example of such a dialogue that can enable people to live in peace, understand each other, and say, okay, your religion is fine, so is my religion. Here are the points which are common to them, so we can live happily with each other. And Siddha Goshti is enshrined in Guru Granth, the holy scripture of the Sikhs, which is deemed to be the ultimate Guru. It gives in detail the interaction between Guru Nanak and Hindu Siddhas. Now, Siddhas were a form of ascetics, yogis. And in this Goshti, in this discussion, the ascetics ask many questions pertaining to God, life, spirituality, salvation, renunciation, truth, and meditation. And Guru Nanak very patiently listens to them, responds to them, and then proves them wrong. This Siddha Goshti, dialogue with the Siddhas, is now a part of the Sikh scripture. Now, Siddhas were the people who had renounced the world. They lived in the caves of the Himalayas. They believed that the mental and the physical exercise were necessary for acquiring magical powers, also known as siddhis, that would lead to attainment of such liberation. While such ascetics definitely believe that one must withdraw from the society and one's family, and here the differences emerge. Guru Nanak believed that liberation can be obtained by living as a normal human being, provided you are truth oriented. So, a truth oriented householder earning a livelihood by honest work and being clearly dedicated to the universality can be a better person to attain immortality than ascetic. Guru Nanak Dev said that the true yoga is meditative remembrance of the word combined with seva, service, selfless service. Now the concept of seva was first pioneered by Guru Nanak in this Goshti. Today, of course, seva is one of the most talked about cliches in the Sikh religion. And it was not only selfless, but it was for those in need of the community. Now, Guru Nanak collected these Goshtis and these accounts of these meanings and included them in musical form in Guru Granth Sahib, and from page 936 to 946, 10 pages of Guru Granth out of 1430 pages are dedicated to the Sikh Goshtis. As I said, this Goshti on the one side was Guru Nanak and the other was Nath Yogis, Bhangarnath, Jagannath and Loherpa. And Guru Nanak has such discourses with yogis and udasis at other places, at Achal Batala, Nanak Mata and Nader. So not only he went to Himalayas, but he had, as I discussed, that he had travelled all over the world practically, that world, up to Mecca. He had gone to Iran, he had gone to Tibet. There are traces of his having gone to Uzbekistan. I have been there myself and I know it. And I have seen it. So Guru Nanak travelled to the various religious places, and his main purpose was to go to religious places of diverse faiths so that he could bring out the commonality of religion rather than the duality of religion. And the commonality would breed tolerance rather than the specificality, which can breed separateness. And interestingly, in all these travels, he was accompanied by a Muslim bard, by Mardana. And he preached all over. And he discussed that we share our views and ideas throughout our life. We are not hidebound. We are not having a closed mind. We are not having a clustered mind. Guru Granth quotes him as saying, Jab lag duniya rihai nanak, kich sunai kich kahi. Meaning that as long as we are living in this earth, we must listen to others as well as explain ourselves to others. You cannot be in absolutely secluded life. You are a part of the cosmos. And your ideas are fine, but you've got to discuss them. And also, at the same time, listen to them. It has to be a two-way traffic. There is an instance, another I'll call it incident, mentioned in Janam Sakhis. I'll talk of Janam Sakhis another day. Janam Sakhis are the biographies of Guru Nanak. And when he was travelling to Multan, he was greeted by Sufi saints. Now, Sufis are already heard of the popularity of Nanak, And we know Sufis nowadays, the music of Sufis, whether it's Shah and Bulle Shah, is extremely popular nowadays as well. And they were really dedicated to universal God. So they had heard of the popularity of Nanak, but insecure they were. On the one side, the fundamental Islamists hated them at that time. They thought they are apostates. When they talked of song and dance, halal, that was against the essential fundamentalist Islam. Now they, of course, has incorporated in the common life of the Muslim. And then they thought, here's a new man coming, who's talking of the universality, where would we be? So they were insecure that Guru Nanak, with his ordinary words, brought solace to the people. So Sufis wanted to keep Nanak away from Multan, knowing that if he comes, their followers might shift. So when he came, a gift was brought to Guru Nanak with extreme care. It was an earthen bowl full of milk to the brim. One single misstep, an awkward action, would have split the milk. And when Guru Nanak looked at the milk, he understood the meaning of the Sufis. He took the pot full of milk, then he went out, placed it on the ground, went out, brought a jasmine petal and placed it on the top of the milk and returned the bowl. Bhai Mardana was amazed to see this and asked Nanak about the significance of jasmine petal. The Guru explained that the pot full of milk signified that there were many religious teachers in Multan already, and Sufi feared that adding one more would put them at hardship and displacement might be feared. Guru Nanak told them very clearly, without uttering a single word, that he had no interaction and no intention of displacing anyone. He only wanted to add fragrance of his teaching. Just as jasmine brought fragrance to the milk, similarly his teaching would add to the teaching of the Sufi saints. So there is no confrontation, there is reconciliation. This message was always there, and this shows that there is always a scope of living in a multi-religious society. One needed to be more open-minded to accept things, acceptance rather than rejection. We should spread goodness around us, and this is what the interfaith discussions are doing today. Now imagine it happened 500 years, 5 centuries back, that this man could think on those lines about which we pride ourselves today. Today we see the people of all faiths, castes, nationalities visit gurdwaras, and we see the interfaith discussions. I have been invited to many of them. And then we see that essential commonality is the same. The ways might be different, but the end result is the same. And Guru Nanak foresaw the future. He had the vision. He had the capacity to see what we are seeing today. And the process of interfaith dialogue and conversation and cooperation in his time are extremely relevant to the contemporary world today. And we are today using the same techniques. Now, coming to another point, was he only discussing with Hindus, Sikhs and Muslim Sufis? No. He was also discussing with the hardliners. He had no compunction about talking to anybody. He goes to Hardwar, and the Pandits, who were very hardliners, he taught them how offering water to the sun is not going to help. What he did was, while the Pandits were offering water to the sun, he started throwing water towards the other side, to the west. And they said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm watering my plants." in Kartarpur. They said, how can you do it? How would water reach there? And Guru Nanak said, if water can reach millions of miles away to sun, why can't it reach Kartarpur, which is, say, 1,000 miles away? They were shamefaced. He went to Assam. He went to Tibet, had talked to the Tibetan people, and the Tibetans accepted him as a Lama. He went to Assam and went to Bengal and talked to the magicians, women magicians, and brought them on the line. He was in Punjab talking to the thugs, chiefs. And it was always honest discussion. Not only that, he goes to Mecca and talks to them. He lied down, and it was very, very demonstrative attitude. He lies down with his feet towards Kaaba. Naturally, the mullahs are quite annoyed. And he says, look here, I was tired. If I've done something wrong, I apologize. But please lift my legs and move them and drag them towards the side, which is away from Kaaba, from God. And the story is that as they moved his legs and the feet, Kaaba moved along with that, showing thereby that God is not in one place. God is not in one place. It's universal, it's omnipresent, it's omnipotent, omniscient. So that was the teaching he gave. When he was young, he went to a masjid and people said, look here, you say all religions same, why don't you come and pray? He said, okay, I'll come and pray. I'll offer namaz, I have no hesitation. He sat down to offer namaz and then withdrew. Naturally, the Maulvis continued with the namaz. And at the end they said, well, look here, you said that you'll start namaz. And now you withdrew. He said, yes. If you were offering namaz, I would have been with you. But you were not offering namaz. He said, what do you mean? Well, when you were offering namaz, you were thinking that your cow has given birth to a young one, and there's nobody to look after the cow. The young one might fall into a ditch. So you are more concerned with a young one of a cow falling in a ditch than praying to the Almighty. So whom would I accompany in my namaz? If it's to be my own, I'll do it my way. But if I'm to be with you, you should also be praying. Now this opened the eyes of the mind that when you pray, you don't have to be attached. The sense of attachment must not be there. So these discussions, whether at individual level, as with the Maulvi in Lamba, or with the attendants in Kaaba, or in a group like Siddhis and Sufis, was the basic way of his presenting his ideas. Never force them, discuss, explain, and then leave it to them to accept or reject. Could there be anything more contemporary and modern than that way? That here's a guy who has his ideas, which are revolutionary for the time being, but he doesn't impose them. He explains. And this interfaith dialogue, which he initiated way back in the 15th century, today in the 22nd century, or 21st century, and now, we relish, we cherish that. And that is, in fact, a significant contribution to the development of human thought, a rationalism, and acceptance that God is not the prerogative of the chosen few, nor is it a unipolar world where one pole is there and there is only one pathway. No. You can approach the cosmos, understand the cosmos, the God, the Godhead, your own way. And the best way is understand what others are saying, and either you explain to them and convince them or be convinced. And if not, you are happy to have your way, I'm happy to have my way. That spirit of reconciliation, acceptance, logic, discussion, not disparagement, were the hallmarks of his interfaith discussions. And that is the most modern, pioneering work any other religious leader had not thought of that time. And now they are thinking on those lines. What a trailblazer was Guru Nanak. Really, he was a person who was revolutionary in thought, in action, not with a gun, but with the ideas. And those ideas were the ideas that had shaken that part of the world where he was. And those concepts today are living concepts which we see every day. Thank you.